Her words hung in the air between them, heavy with meaning. You can leave. I'm a single mom. James stared at Olivia across the candlelit table, his coffee growing cold. 5 minutes ago, he'd been thinking about a second date. Now, he was thinking about his own daughter waiting at home with his sister. If you've ever wondered what happens when two single parents collide, stay with me until the end, I promise it's worth it. If this story resonates with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that explores the beautiful complexity of modern relationships. James hadn't planned on dating again, not after Emily died 3 years ago. His daughter Lily was only 4 then, and becoming both mother and father to her consumed every moment he wasn't working. Dating seemed impossible, selfish even. But his sister Kate had other ideas. You need to live again, James, Kate insisted one evening after putting Lily to bed. Emily would want that. James ran his hand through his hair, a nervous habit he'd developed since becoming a widower. I don't even know how to date anymore. And who would want a package deal anyway? Kate's expression softened. Someone who understands what you're going through. Someone worth meeting. That's how James found himself at Riverside Cafe on a Thursday evening, sitting across from Olivia Chen, a woman Kate knew from her yoga class. Olivia was beautiful in an understated way, dark hair pulled back in a loose bun, minimal makeup highlighting her warm brown eyes. She laughed easily and listened intently. For the first time in years, James felt that spark of connection. They discovered shared interests in hiking and old movies. Both loved cooking but admitted to ordering takeout too often. The conversation flowed naturally, without the awkwardness James had feared. He found himself relaxing, even sharing funny stories about Lily's preschool adventures. She sounds wonderful, Olivia said, smiling. How old is she now? 7 going on 17, James replied with a proud smile. She's the center of my world. Something shifted in Olivia's expression then, a flash of recognition, perhaps understanding. She took a deep breath. James, before we go any further, there's something I need to tell you. Her fingers tightened around her coffee cup. You can leave. I'm a single mom. I have a son, Noah. He's 8. James blinked, processing her words. The way she'd said it, like a confession, like she was giving him permission to walk away, struck him deeply. How many men had done exactly that? Why would I leave? He asked quietly. Olivia's eyes widened slightly. Most men do. As soon as they hear, single mom, they see complications. Baggage. James leaned forward. Olivia, I'm a single dad. If you're baggage, then so am I. The tension in her shoulders eased slightly, but wariness remained in her eyes. It's different for men. Single dads are considered heroes. Single moms are seen as a burden. Her honesty cut through him. James had never considered how different the perception might be. While he received praise and support for raising Lily alone, women like Olivia often faced judgment and abandonment. Tell me about Noah, he said instead of arguing. Slowly, Olivia's reserve melted. Noah loved dinosaurs and soccer. He was struggling with math but excelled at reading. His father had left when Noah was 3, gradually reducing visits until he moved across the country 2 years ago. Now, he called on birthdays and Christmas, if they were lucky. Noah doesn't remember a time when his dad was really present, Olivia explained. Sometimes I think that's easier than having memories of someone who's gone. James thought of Lily, who still asked questions about her mother. I'm not sure either way is easier. Just different kinds of hard. By the time they finished their coffee, the cafe was nearly empty. James walked Olivia to her car, both of them moving slowly, reluctant for the evening to end. I'd like to see you again, James said as they reached her sedan. Olivia hesitated. Are you sure? Our lives are complicated. 2 single parents, two kids with their own needs and issues. I'm sure I want to find out if it's worth navigating those complications, James replied. If that's something you want too. Their second date involved taking the kids to the park. James and Olivia sat on a bench watching Lily and Noah chase each other around the playground. Initially shy, the children had warmed to each other quickly. Dinosaurs are real, Noah was explaining to Lily. They're just extinct. Like my mom? Lily asked innocently. James tensed, but Noah nodded solemnly. Yeah, but dinosaurs are bones now. People who die become angels. That's what my mom says. Olivia reached for James's hand, squeezing gently. Kids have their own way of making sense of things. The weeks turned into months. There were beautiful moments, family movie nights with all four of them squeezed onto Olivia's couch, Sunday morning pancake competitions, hiking trips where the kids raced ahead on the trail. But there were challenges too. Noah struggled with James's growing presence in their lives. You're not my dad, he said one evening when James asked him to finish his homework. You're right, James replied calmly. I'm not trying to be your dad. But I care about you, and that means caring about your education too. Lily had her own moments of confusion and jealousy. Do you love Olivia more than Mom now? She asked one night as James tucked her in. James's heart ached. I will always love your mom, Lily. That love doesn't go away. But our hearts can grow to love other people too. It doesn't mean loving the first person any less. 6 months into their relationship, James and Olivia faced their first major crisis. Noah's father suddenly reappeared, wanting to re-establish contact. Noah was excited but anxious. Olivia was suspicious of his motives. He hasn't sent a birthday card in 2 years, and now he wants weekend visits, she vented to James after Noah was asleep. I don't want Noah getting hurt again. James listened, offering support without overstepping. This wasn't his decision to make. Whatever you decide, I'm here, he promised. When Noah's father canceled his first scheduled visit, Noah was devastated. He lashed out at everyone, including Lily, who didn't understand why her friend was suddenly so angry. That night, after both children were finally asleep, Olivia broke down. I can't do this anymore, she sobbed. I can't keep watching Noah get hurt. I can't ask you and Lily to deal with our mess. James held her as she cried. We're not going anywhere, he whispered. Families, whatever shape they take, stick together through the hard parts. The following months brought more adjustments. Noah's father made sporadic appearances before fading away again. Lily started having nightmares about losing James too. School events, sick days, and work commitments created logistical challenges that sometimes left both James and Olivia exhausted. But there were breakthroughs too. Noah asking James to help with his science project. Lily confiding in Olivia about a problem with a friend at school. The four of them developing their own traditions and inside jokes. On their 1-year anniversary, James took Olivia back to Riverside Cafe. After dinner, they walked along the river, the setting sun painting the water gold. Do you remember what you said to me on our first date? James asked. Olivia smiled ruefully. You can leave. I'm a single mom. I'm so glad I didn't, James said, stopping to face her. This year hasn't been easy, but it's been the best year of my life since Emily died. You and Noah have brought so much joy to Lily and me. Olivia's eyes shimmered with tears. I was so used to men walking away when they found out about Noah. I thought I was protecting myself by giving you an easy out. There's nothing easy about walking away from someone you're falling in love with, James said softly. 6 months later, they moved in together. Combining households was chaotic, deciding what furniture to keep, helping the kids adjust to sharing space, establishing new routines. There were arguments about discipline styles and bedtimes, about finances and chore distribution. Did we make a mistake? Olivia whispered one night after a particularly difficult day when both kids had meltdowns and they'd snapped at each other over something trivial. James pulled her close. No. We made a family. It's messy and complicated and exhausting. But it's ours. By the time they'd been together 2 years, the four of them had found their rhythm. Noah and Lily still had moments of rivalry but had also become fiercely protective of each other. When a boy at school teased Lily about not having a mother, Noah had stood up for her. When Noah struggled with reading assignments, Lily patiently helped him practice. James proposed on an ordinary Tuesday evening. No elaborate setup, just the four of them at the dinner table eating spaghetti. He'd planned something more romantic, but watching Olivia laugh as she helped Noah twirl pasta on his fork, he couldn't wait another day. "Will you marry me?" he blurted out. 3 pairs of eyes stared at him in shock. "For real?" Noah asked, breaking the silence. "For real," James confirmed, suddenly nervous. "Does this mean we'll be real brother and sister?" Lily asked. "It means we'll be a real family," Olivia said, tears streaming down her face. "And yes, James. Yes." Their wedding was small and perfect. Lily was the flower girl, Noah the ring bearer. Kate, who had introduced them, gave a toast that left everyone laughing and crying. "Sometimes the most beautiful things grow from the most difficult circumstances," she said, raising her glass. "Emily would be so happy to see you all today." Later that night, after the children had fallen asleep in the hotel room adjoining theirs, James and Olivia stood on the balcony looking at the stars. "I almost didn't go on that first date," Olivia admitted. "I was so tired of being disappointed." "And I almost didn't ask for a second date when you gave me that out," James replied. "We could have missed all of this." Olivia leaned against him. "I'm glad we were brave enough to try." 5 years after that first date at Riverside Cafe, their family had grown and evolved. Noah, now 13, was playing competitive soccer and calling James Dad without hesitation. Lily at 12 was passionate about art and shared a special bond with Olivia, who helped her navigate the early stages of adolescence. They'd added a golden retriever named Buddy to the mix, and Olivia was 7 months pregnant with a baby girl they planned to name Emily Kate. Life wasn't perfect. They still faced challenges, financial strains, health scares, parenting disagreements. Noah sometimes struggled with complex feelings about his biological father's absence. Lily occasionally worried that her mother was being forgotten. But beneath these normal family struggles was a foundation of love and commitment that had been built day by day, choice by choice. One evening, James found Olivia looking through old photos. She held up one from their first family trip to the beach, all 4 of them squinting in the sunshine, ice cream cones melting down their hands. "Remember how scared we both were?" she asked. "How many reasons we had to walk away?" James sat beside her, placing his hand on her rounded belly where their daughter kicked steadily. "The best things in life are usually on the other side of fear." Olivia leaned her head against his shoulder. "You know what I think about sometimes? All those single parents out there, afraid to try again. Afraid of rejection or complication or more heartbreak. Maybe some of them are watching this right now," James said, smiling. "Wondering if it's worth the risk." "It is," Olivia said with certainty. "Not because it's easy, but because love, real, chosen, everyday love, is always worth it." That night, as their blended, imperfect, beautiful family slept under one roof, the words from their first date seemed like echoes from another lifetime. "You can leave. I'm a single mom. Sometimes the bravest thing we can do is stay when it would be easier to go. Sometimes the most beautiful love stories begin not with perfect circumstances, but with 2 people choosing each other despite the complications. And sometimes, the families we build from broken pieces turn out stronger than the ones that never cracked at all." If this story touched your heart, Please like and subscribe for more content that celebrates the courage it takes to love again after loss, to blend families, and to choose connection over fear. Remember, your story isn't over yet. Sometimes the most beautiful chapter is just waiting to be written.